Well, Jack, we have reached my favorite portion of the game show. And as I said at the beginning of the show, I have created a Bradley Clarke original version of a past game show that you produced, and you are about to play it right now. It is time for the game of the day.
Game of the day.
And Jack, I can now reveal that the show I am bringing back is none other than the show that celebrated its 10th anniversary last year on December 20th, 2020. And a show we talked about not too long ago during our interview, $1 Million Money Drop.
All right.
And Jack, I didn't get a chance to ask you this before. Can you believe it's been 10 years since $1 Million Money Drop premiered?
It is insane. Time flies.
So unfortunately, I don't have $1 million to give away on this game. So I had to do this game based on budgetary constraints. So I have called this game the Million Point Drop. The Million Point Drop. And the background music for the Million Point Drop is the hit song Drops of Jupiter by the band Train. And here's how we play the Million Point Drop. You're going to face 8 game show themed questions. Questions 1 through 3 will have 4 answer choices. Questions 4 through 6 will have 3 answer choices. And questions 7 and 8 will only have 2 answer choices. However, instead of giving you 1 million points to start the game, the difference with this version is you will receive 125,000 points per question. And if you do the math, 125,000 times 8 is 1 million. On each question, if you aren't sure of the correct answer, you can spread your points onto multiple drops. But as you know, there is only one correct answer, and you must always leave one drop open. Any points you place on the correct answer will be banked, and Jack, if you can accumulate a total of 500,000 points or more by the end of the 8th question, you will be deemed a winner. Those are all the rules you need to know. Jack, are you ready to become a contestant on a show that you produced 10 years ago?
I'm terrified, but yes, let's do it.
Well, you've got 1 million points. I've got 8 questions. Let's play the Million Point Drop.
All right.
Now, unlike $1 Million Money Drop, you won't get a choice of 2 categories for each question. Instead, though, I'm going to give you the categories to all of the questions during each of your 3 drop zone levels. And it's up to you to choose what order you'd like to play them in, keeping in mind that there's always going to be 1 additional question that won't be played. Plus, there is no time limit to worry about on each question, so take as much time as you want to think about the answer and where you want to place your points. Alright, the first 3 questions will each have 4 answer choices, and here are the 4 categories you get to choose from. The Price is Right, Game Show Hosts, $1 Million Game Shows, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Okay.
Which would you like to start with?
Game show hosts.
Game show hosts it is, 125,000 points at your disposal. Remember, 1 drop zone must be left open. The 4 answer choices are Gene Rayburn, Jeff Edwards, Tom Kennedy, and Bert Convy.
Oh boy.
And the question: which of these classic game show hosts was born with the name James Edward Nars?
Can you give me the choices again, please, Bradley?
Sure. Gene Rayburn, Jeff Edwards, Tom Kennedy, Bert Convy.
Not real confident in this. Bert Convy I'm going to leave open, but 75,000 on Tom Kennedy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put 25,000 on Jeff and 25,000 on Gene.
All right, so 75,000 points on Tom Kennedy and 25,000 points on both Jeff Edwards and Gene Rayburn. The correct answer is Tom Kennedy.
All right.
So you have banked 75,000 points.
All right.
1 down, and there's still 2 more questions left with your 4 answer choice round. So do you want The Price is Right, $1 Million Game Shows, or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
$1 Million Game Shows.
$1 Million Game Shows it is. You're 425,000 points away from a win, and here come your 4 answer choices. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? $1 Million Mind Game, Minute to Win It, Weakest Link. And the question: which of these $1 Million Game Shows premiered in America on March 14th, 2010?
5th grader was before that. Weakest Link was before that. Minute to Win It was before that. So $1 Million Mind Game, 125,000.
Which of these $1 million game shows premiered in America on March 14, 2010? 125,000 points on $1 Million Mind Game. The correct answer is Minute to Win It.
No! 2010?
Yeah, fifth grader premiered February 27th, 2007. $1 Million Mind Game, October 22nd, 2011.
Ah.
And of course, Weakest Link, April 16th, 2001. Minute to Win It, March 14th, 2010 on NBC. Brad fact!
Wow.
But no worries, you still have plenty of points to bank, and your last question in the 4 answer choice rounds. You want Price is Right or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
All right. The choices are 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the question: how many audience member silhouettes were shown on the Ask the Audience Lifeline icon on the original primetime version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh boy. I'm going to go 75,000 on 3, 25 on 4, and 25 on 5.
Okay. And the correct answer is B3. You got it.
All right, good.
So you have 150,000 points, and we are moving on to the 3 answer choice level. Remember, you still need to keep 1 drop open, and the choices of categories now are the quiz show scandal, board game shows, game show announcers, and in honor of a man I admire greatly who we sadly lost not too long ago, the final category is about the legendary Alex Trebek. Which category do you want to start with?
Alex Trebek.
A very good choice, Jack. Alex Trebek it is. And here are your 4 answer choices. Battle Stars, the $128,000 question, and Pitfall, the question. Which one of these Alex Trebek hosted game shows was not recorded in Canada?
Battle Stars. 125,000.
125,000 points on Battle Stars. And the correct answer is Battle Stars.
All right.
So you have 275,000 points.
Great.
225 left, and you still have 2 more questions in this round. So, the quiz show scandal, board game shows, game show announcers.
Quiz show scandal.
Okay. The 3 answer choices are Geritol, Revlon, Marlboro. The question: which of these companies was the primary on-air sponsor of the game show 21 from 1956 to 1958?
Geritol. 125,000.
For 125,000 points, it is Geritol!
All right.
Good evening. I'm Jack Barry. In a moment, Hank Bloomgarten and Jim Snodgrass will resume their match. To date, they have tied 6 times. Tonight, they'll be playing at $3,500 a point. Let's meet them as Geritol, the high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger fast, presents 21.
You now have 400,000 points, which means you are only 100,000 points away from a win. So you can win the game on this next question, Jack. Board game shows or game show announcers?
Board game shows.
Okay. The choices are Monopoly, Yahtzee, Trivial Pursuit. The question: the host of which of these game shows based on a board game was a Jeopardy contestant prior to getting the hosting job?
I will do 75 on Trivial Pursuit and 50 on Yahtzee.
75,000 points on Trivial Pursuit and 50,000 points on Yahtzee. Let's find out what the correct answer is. I'm sorry, Jack. The answer is actually Monopoly.
No! Wasn't that Billy?
You're thinking of the 2015 to 2016 game show Monopoly Millionaires Club hosted by Billy Gardell. But the Merv Griffin-produced 1990 game show Monopoly was hosted by Mike Riley, a former Jeopardy contestant. Brad fact!
Got it.
The world's most famous board game is now Monopoly, the TV game. Here come the players. The red player, Barry. The gold player, Bonnie. And the green player, Peter. Oh, here comes our hostess, Bradley Clarke. And here is the host of Monopoly, Mike Riley.
Thank you very much. And folks, welcome to Monopoly, where our players are about to battle to become real estate tycoons. Now, players, it's as easy as this. Just answer our crossword puzzle type clues and you're going to win a property. Every time you get a property, we're going to deposit its value into your bank account.
So you remain at 400,000 points, but that means you can still win on the next question. We are now moving on to the final stage of the million-point drop. These next two questions will only have 2 answer choices, and since you must always leave one drop open, these questions are all or nothing. And Jack, here are your 3 categories to choose from. Match game, Wheel of Fortune, or 1980s game shows?
1980s game shows.
You got it, 1980s game shows. Your 2 choices are Jim Perry and Jim Lang. And this is the question. Who hosted the syndicated game show Bullseye, which aired from September 29th, 1980 to September 24th, 1982?
Jim Perry.
You say Jim Perry. All 125,000 points have to go on Jim Perry. And let's see if you are correct and won this game. Unfortunately, it's Jim Lang.
No!
This is the television game in which daring determines the fate of the player. This is the game of strategy, luck, and knowledge. This is Bullseye. Now, here's our host, Jim Lang.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, you're marvelous, you're great, and thank you for tuning by, and it is true, I'm sure you know, this is a game of strategy, knowledge, and especially daring.
So it all comes down to this, Jack. This is your 8th and final question of the game. If you answer this question correctly, you win the million-point drop. If you answer this question incorrectly, unfortunately, you will lose the game. Would you like Match Game or Wheel of Fortune?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune it is, and Jack, here are your 2 answer choices. A former football player or a former baseball player. And this is hopefully your winning question. In 1989, who replaced Pat Sajak as the host of the daytime version of Wheel of Fortune?
I gotta go football.
All in on football. You are correct! You won!
Yes, who was it?
It was Rolf Benershka. Brad fact.
Bernurska, kicker for the Chargers. Wow.
Look at this studio, filled with glamorous prizes, fabulous and exciting merchandise, including this. Escape to this fun-filled $16,000 vacation showcase. What an adorable piece of jewelry, this onyx and diamond panda necklace. Enjoy the luxury and design of this $14,700 sedan. Over $77,000 just waiting to be won today on Wheel of Fortune. And now, here's your hostess, Vanna White.
Thank you. This is very strange for me to be here, in this position, I should say, but today is a big day around here, for we have a new host of Wheel of Fortune, and I'd like to introduce you to him at this time. Please welcome the new host of the daytime Wheel of Fortune, Rolf Benershka.
Hi, Vanna.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Fun to be here. A little overwhelming, but it's exciting.
It is exciting, and we have a lot of a lot of weeks, years, months, and everything to be doing this. And before we get going, everybody knows about me. I've been around for 6 years, but no one knows anything about you. I think we should talk about you a little bit.
Well, okay. Some people know I played 10 years in the NFL. I was the place kicker for the San Diego Chargers, and never anticipated ever doing this. But 5 months ago, I was on a talk show in Los Angeles, and Merv Griffin was watching and tracked me down, called me up, and invited me up to meet him and consider hosting a new show that he was creating. And he called me back then about a month later and said, the Wheel of Fortune job is open, would you come up and audition? And I didn't think I did it that well, but he called me back up, and now here I am.
Merv knows how to pick them.
Well, I hope so. It's sure fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, people really don't want to know about me or watch us here. I think we should start the game. What do you say we take a commercial break, come back, and we'll play our first round?
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you in a minute.
And thanks to Rolf Benershka, congratulations, Jack. You have won this game of the million-point drop.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great game.
Well, I hope you enjoyed playing a game that you produced.
I really did. And the stress on points, I can't imagine if it had been for money.
And that was the game of the day, the million-point drop. The million-point drop.